Hello friends, welcome to Health Bites. Our topic today is how to be a successful loser, and it is our third part on our obesity and weight management series. So let's begin with some fun facts. Did you know what the heaviest states in our nation are? Well, in 3 states, over 32% of adults are obese. I'm not saying overweight, I'm saying obese. And those states are Mississippi, Louisiana, and Tennessee. Well, what about the fattest city? According to a most recent issue of Men's Magazine, the 5 fattest cities, number 5 was Memphis, number 4, Dallas, number 3, El Paso, number 2, Charleston, and the number 1 fattest city in the country is Corpus Christi. Well, what about the fittest cities in the nation? Number 5, Austin, number 4, Seattle, number 3, Washington, D.C., and number 2, Burlington, and the number 1 fittest city in our country is San Francisco. On our previous segment, we learned principles on how to eat less calories without actually counting calories. And we found that there's a formula for weight loss, and that is that the calories in need to be less than the calories out. Now let's focus a little more on the calories out part of this equation or this formula. Now remember that 3,500 calories in equals 1 pound of body fat gain, or 3,500 calories out equals 1 pound of body fat lost. Well, how do you burn those calories? You would have to use your body's furnace, your muscles. That is where fat is burned, and that's why men seem to be able to eat more and still lose weight faster than women. They have more muscle mass. Some states are actually going out of their way to get people to get up and move. We have a billboard here from West Virginia. It says, "Get up and lose that gut. Start walking." Well, the first thing you want to do when getting ready to start an exercise program is to check with your doctor. And then you want to aim for 30 minutes of aerobic activity most days of the week with a goal of 60 minutes a day. More specific recommendations are to start slow, gradually work up. So even if all you can do is 2 minutes of exercise, just start with that and just gradually work your way up. Start walking at least 3 times a week and stick with it. Be consistent and don't allow self-defeating thoughts. Self-defeating thoughts may include things like, "Oh, I'm too tired to walk today." Replace that with, "In just 30 minutes, I would have burned some calories and feel energized." Another self-defeating thought is, "I don't have time." Well, surveys show that we watch between 22 to 24 hours of TV a week. So maybe we need to rearrange our priorities. And you want to find an activity that you enjoy, of course. Well, once you are doing this, how can you burn more calories? You would have to increase your furnace, your muscle mass, by doing some resistance training. Muscle burns more calories than other body tissues. So weight training is going to build muscles, which means you're going to burn more calories. It will strengthen your bones. It helps to protect your joints, and it improves your balance, posture, and coordination. It is recommended that you do weight training 3 times a week, maybe 20 minutes, in addition to your aerobic activity. Now, talking about aerobic activity, have you ever thought about how much you move each day? Well, to find out, you can wear a pedometer. That is a step counting device. And some studies suggest that 10,000 steps a day help with weight loss. 2,000 steps is roughly equal to 1 mile, and you can use this device to record your daily activity, and it helps to keep you motivated. It's very easy to find these in any store nowadays. You can actually find it in Walmart or the dollar store. It is a pedometer, and it's a very neat device. Now, I have mentioned previously about the National Weight Control Registry. And this is a database of more than 5,000 adults who have successfully lost at least 30 pounds and have maintained that loss for more than a year. Weight loss ranged from 30 to 300 pounds with an average of 66 pounds. And this is how they accomplished their weight loss. Number one, they followed a low-calorie, low-fat diet. So these successful losers continue to eat in a manner consistent with their original weight loss routine. In other words, they do not start and stop a diet like most dieters do. Rather, they continue to select low-calorie, low-fat foods that allow them to sustain long-term weight loss. Number two, they are consistent in their intake from day to day. So a consistent meal plan from day to day encourages self-control, it minimizes unplanned food temptations, and it fosters self-discipline and increases people's ability to stick to the dieting routine. So their meal plan or their meal pattern or diet is not inconsistent, random, or chaotic. Number three, they consistently eat breakfast, very important. And number four, they're very physically active. So the average person in the database exercises for about 60 to 90 minutes per day at a moderate intensity. It is recommended that exercise 30 to 60 minutes each day to prevent weight gain and 60 to 90 minutes per day to prevent weight regain. If they choose to walk, they take about 11,000 to 12,000 steps per day. And this is the equivalent of almost 6 miles. Now, moderate physical activity is equal to 1,000 steps in 10 minutes. So this is where that pedometer comes in handy. Okay, number five, they frequently weigh themselves, weekly or even daily, and that's for accountability and self-monitoring. Number six, they limit TV watching to less than 10 hours per week, and more than a third watch less than 5 hours per week. And number seven, they do not allow even small amounts of weight gain without corrective actions, such as reducing their food intake and or increasing their exercise before weight escalates and becomes unmanageable. So these are the 7 secrets of successful weight loss according to this national database. Now I want to summarize and bring together what we have learned in the past few segments about how to be a successful loser. So first, you want to eat more foods as grown. Those are foods that are naturally low in calorie, high in nutrition and fiber, high volume foods that will fill your stomach. Number two, eat fruits, grains, legumes, and vegetables. Eat a good breakfast. Eat at regular intervals, 2 to 3 meals a day. Eat fruit instead of dessert. Eat slowly and enjoy your food. You know, it takes the brain about 20 minutes to realize that your stomach is full. So if you eat too fast, you're going to tend to overeat because you haven't given your brain a chance to realize that your stomach is full. Drink water instead of empty calorie beverages. Avoid refined and highly processed foods. And avoid visible fats and oils. Eat less animal products and eliminate alcohol and other harmful substances. So these are going to provide unneeded calories, and they will decrease your ability to make good decisions about your lifestyle. Also, you want to watch your snacks and watch your portions, and we'll talk a little bit more about portions in a few minutes. And you want to, of course, exercise. If you are trying to lose weight but don't exercise, you are cheating yourself, because severely restricting your diet may actually decrease your metabolic rate, and you'll actually lose muscle mass. So you need to exercise to maintain and to build your muscles and increase your metabolic rate. Also, if one cookie leads to a dozen, don't eat the first cookie. Don't buy foods that will tempt you. If you don't have them around, you won't eat them. Maintain your program. So think long-term lifestyle changes. So you can't expect to solve your weight problem in just a few weeks when it's taken you years to put on that weight. Set realistic goals. Maybe aim to lose 1 to 2 pounds in a week. And number 19 for how to be a successful loser is feed yourself spiritually. So use the trusting method and remember that you can do all things through Christ Jesus. How can you change your lifestyle? Change your behaviors that made you overweight in the first place. So evaluate your eating habits. Were you taught to clean your plate? Do you eat everything even when you're full? Do you eat fast? Do you take big bites? When do you eat? Do you eat while watching TV or all the time? So you want to assess your eating habits, assess your shopping and cooking habits. Now I have a picture here of a display at the Spam Museum in Austin, Minnesota. And we all know that eating habits have changed dramatically through the years. So this is a typical shopping cart for the year 1951. And now you see the shopping cart for the year 2001. And here you see them together. I have kept the scale of the picture the same so you can see the difference. Of course, in 1951, the cart was smaller and it was full of more whole foods, things to cook from scratch. And the cart in 2001, well, it's bigger and it's mostly processed, ready-to-eat foods like pastries and canned foods. So our habits certainly have changed through the years. Now, just a simple guideline for managing your portions. First, of course, you want to use smaller plates. Then you want to divide your plate or your portions as indicated on the screen. Or also I have a plate like that here. This is called a portion plate. And the pictures you see here just are illustrations that depict what a portion of specific foods should look like. You can go to theportionplate.com and take a look at this more closely. But basically, you can divide your plate in half. And you can do this with your own plate. You don't have to get this plate. But divide your plate in half, and half of your plate should be the vegetables and fruits. Then the other half, you're going to divide it again in half. So a quarter of the plate is going to be your healthy carbohydrates, and the other quarter will be your protein, which can be certainly plant-based proteins such as beans. And that is a great way to manage your portions. As you work on managing your weight and improving your lifestyle, keep in mind Philippians 4:13. It says, "I can do all things through Christ, which strengtheneth me." Well, until next time, friends, may you live longer, happier, and healthier, the way your Creator intended it.